Hey guys, it's Cerino here, reporting for Eagles.com from the beautiful live casino parking garage. We are here for Why Eagles Why. It's week 18. The Eagles and Cowboys about to kick off in a few hours here. It is a cold, classic January day. We're actually only a couple days away from the 41st anniversary of the Eagles and Cowboys championship game at the old vet. So let's go inside. Let's see what's going on here for the big block party for week 18. The Eagles are in the playoffs, so are the Cowboys, and we'll see what's going to go down. It's Saturday night in South Philadelphia.
What stood out so far this year in the improvement? Going from
absolutely. The running game has changed dramatically. At times, the way that they have changed their mentality defensively as well has been interesting. But I think the number one thing that has shown big improvement is the play calling into the running game.
You got a little more experience in some of that working as a new coach with your quarterback. Are you going to give Coach Sirianni and Jalen Hurts a little more slack than maybe other people who are like, come on, man?
I mean, I think there's some times when players take a little bit of time just to develop it. I think they took a lot of the pressure off of Hurts just by developing this running game and really, being a team that says we're going to do this first and not put everything on Hurts to make the passes all the time. Especially, there's one game they only ran the ball 3 times. So, as a fan, we want to see the ultimate outcome with an Eagles victory. But there takes some time to mature, to understand, to come together with some cohesiveness with a young team for sure.
It's been hard to fill your pick and choose in this town, but it looks like Jake Elliott's doing pretty well. What have you seen him do that stood out versus, Cody Parkey or other guys who have come in since you?
Well, first off, thank you. But I'll say the biggest thing that I see about Jake in himself is basically his mentality. He has a mentality for Philly. He's got this, if something happens bad, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to continue to give it my best no matter what's going on out there. He embraced the city of Philly, and Philly's embraced him. And he's got the mentality that some of the other guys did not have as far as just kind of being able to push himself to that next level. He's also changed a little bit of his technique, and I think that's helped him a little bit more on just the consistent basis. But with that in itself, he's very talented. He's shown that from year one, and I think he's kind of becoming this guy kind of as a fine wine is improving each and every year.
Part of what made you really work, we think, in this town is your involvement with martial arts. Have any other specialists come to you and been like, can you open up a dojo so we can all work out and put out our frustrations, maybe do some Tai Chi or stuff?
No, nobody's asked me anything about the martial arts aspect, but, there are guys that we do, talk about things that we've done in the past and what maybe a little bit of here or there can give you that 1% improvement where somebody else maybe hasn't looked into different ways of training and kind of mindset. Jake's very, very open-minded about what he does. Tyler Brown does a great job with the specialists as well. But just around the league, we all kind of are a fraternity of guys. Whether you played or are continuing to play, there's still a fraternity amongst the active and the retired guys.
If the Eagles do finish this turnaround and we have another parade down Broad Street, what's going to be the one thing that makes it happen?
Oh man, I don't know if you can think about one thing. I think one of the aspects that has kind of come together is just a team that has some continuity, has been through some struggles, and they kind of kept everything in-house and continue to work towards their goals. And the first thing is you want to win a division. That didn't happen, but get into the playoffs, and you keep having these goals that you're trying to hit and these mile marks. And making the playoffs is huge from a team that was 2-5. Who would have thought that, right? So any improvement on that line is something that can kind of push them forward. And again, as I said earlier, I think the foundation is set, and they will continue to build going forward.
His whole team want to say thank you very, very much for supporting this casino and the people that work here. It's awesome. Wait. Thank you all so much. And let's do this show for the E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles. And we got one better. Number 7 coming down there. Hey, we got another chant called L-I-V-E. Let's go. Ready? L
we are here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ron Jaworski. So Ron, it is week 18, it's Dallas week, and the Eagles are 9-7 in the playoffs. How surprising is that given where the team was in October?
Well, when you look at this this team as it stands right now, you got to be pretty optimistic about the future of this Eagle team. You know, at 2-5, it wasn't so optimistic. At 2-5, there's a 5% chance to go in the playoffs. That means 95% chance you're not going to be in the playoffs. Well, this team overcame those odds and are in the playoffs. You know, the Dallas game is irrelevant. The Eagles really can't improve their playoff position much. But I'm more proud to see this team growing as the year went on. When you're down and get knocked down and you're 2-5, it's easy to lose faith. But this team rallied behind Nick Sirianni. And I think we're going to make some noise in the playoffs. I'm very positive about not only the present, but the future of the Philadelphia Eagles.
So a lot has been put on the development of Jalen Hurts, notably by our editor, Cerino, who was not a fan of the decision to keep Hurts and let Wentz. What has stood out to you in his progression this season, his first as quarterback, in a town that's known for being a little bit critical of quarterback play?
Marco, you got to love what Jalen's been able to do. You know, I mean, they have found what his strengths are and what his weaknesses are. I felt early in the season they were throwing the ball way too much, high 40s every game, and he's still a young quarterback. And you've got to play to the youth of a quarterback in this league, or you can get embarrassed. And as the season wore on, they began to understand that you can't have him throw that many times a game. Get it down around 20 passes a game. Utilize his incredible athletic ability and the ability to run the football, and his intelligence. He does a lot of orchestrating offense at the line of scrimmage. He knows what the defense is doing, and he's got the offense in a good position. He still has a ways to go, but I think the progress has been remarkable.
So, what should be realistic for Eagles fans as we head towards the postseason? You talked about the most advantageous matchup for this end. Where should we be, really putting our mindset? Performance, or seeing if the team can actually get to the divisional round and perhaps beyond?
I think we should all be optimistic. The one thing that this Eagle team has shown is they can control the football with the running game. If you can control the line of scrimmage, control the tempo of play, keep the ball away from your opponent, that gives you a chance in every single game. I literally think every team in the NFC is vulnerable. I would say the best team is the Green Bay Packers. You have to go to Lambeau Field, and they got one of the great quarterbacks and hottest quarterbacks in the league right now. But of the other 5 teams that they have a chance of playing, I think they can beat them. So I'm optimistic that some good things will happen starting next week in the playoffs. Now, we don't know who we're playing yet, but I'm not worried.
Last week we saw a really bizarre thing happen after the game where the railing at FedEx Field gave way and some fans spilled into the tunnel here. Were you surprised that never happened to you in all those years playing in an RFK Stadium, watching the stands bounce under the Washington fans?
Well, I've never seen it happen before outside of Philadelphia at the Army-Navy game a few years back. And normally I give tremendous applause to the stadium management people. They normally do a fantastic job. And when you look at all the games being played around the league professionally in the NFL, all the major sporting events, you just don't see that happen. I think it was just one of those freak accidents. Maybe they're just not used to having that many fans from the other team leaning on that rail, but it was the Eagles, and the Eagles fans travel as well as any team in the league, and they were there to support their team. But it's disappointing to see that happen, but thankful no one really got hurt.
So that'll do it for our coverage here from Live Casino in South Philadelphia. Enjoy the game, go Birds, and keep it right here on Eagles.com for all your Philadelphia Eagles coverage as we head towards the 2022 Super Bowl and perhaps another parade down Broad Street. This is Cerino from South Philadelphia.